Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Storytime with Brian Martindale. During the 12 days of Christmas, I'll be reading a new bedtime story every day. I hope you and your parents or grandparents will tune in and allow me to read to you for bedtime. Today's story is The Dreaming Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown. Let's begin. Once there was a bunny who liked only the very early morning. He loved the first rays of sun around his square nose. He loved the frost that made the world look like a dream he had just been having of a glassy forest. Early in the morning, the big leaves of sassafras were etched in white, the blades of grass shiny and brittle with ice, and the feathery flowing grasses glassy and sparkling like diamonds. So, in some magic way, the little bunny felt still a part of his dreams in the morning. But later, when the rays of the big round sun fell on the treetops and the mother bunnies began calling to their babies to help them wash up, then the little bunny would go and hide in the immense folding leaves of a cabbage. He was so little, he could sit inside the cabbage and peek out through the immense leaves. And there he is. And because he went on like this, he was called Bunny No Good. When the other little bunnies were hopping about doing their work, there was the Bunny No Good sitting in the cabbage. But do you know? He never missed a thing. He wasn't really sleepy. He was just a dreamy bunny. And his little red ruby eyes blinked out of his square fur face, and they never missed a trick. He saw the spiders spin their webs, and he watched the foolish flies fly into them. He saw the mole start down a long hole and go far off in his tunnel and dig under someone's flat green lawn. He saw the other rabbits jumping about and running in circles, and he knew all their funny wiggles. The way they twitched their whiskers, the way they kicked sideways and wiggled their noses and thumped at the earth with their hind legs when they were startled. And he made up a dreamy little song to himself about the bunnies. Whiskers whisk, twitch, twitch the nose, so the eye, red ruby glows, shinier than a wet red ruby nose. In a rabbit's face, grow, grow, eat and grow. What for, rabbits never know. At this time, there was another little rabbit who went hopping about, bright as a button, merry as a cricket, fit as a fiddle, busy as a beaver, and keen as a whistle. His name was Bunny Bun Bun, and his mother looked down her soft fur face and said to the other 1,100 little rabbits, "Look at Bunny Bun Bun. If you were all as bright as a button, merry as a cricket, fit as a fiddle, busy as a beaver, and keen as a whistle, just do what Bunny Bun Bun does." All this time the bunny no good was singing and dreaming and blinking away to himself in the immense folding leaves of a cabbage. He watched the flock of wild black crows going through the sky, screaming their awful wild crow music. He watched them light into an old fat oak tree, making a crown of crows on the topmost branches. All of this was still very early in the morning. Some of the frost had been melted away into shiny, wet water by the sun. Where the trees cast their shadows, there was a shadow of frost on the ground, a white shadow away from the sun, a white triangle shadow for the pine trees and the holly bushes, and a great spreading feathery shadow for the other trees. All this Bunny No Good noticed as he dreamed away in the bright early morning minutes in his cabbage. But not Bunny Bun Bun and the 1,100 other little scurrying rabbits. They were too busy bustling about, washing and dusting and making straw bunny beds and sweeping and polishing and peeling carrots for lunch. They did not notice the shadow of frost beneath the trees or the crown of crows on the old oak at the edge of the woods. They did not listen to the wild crow's music. They were too busy about their little bunny business. And so they did not notice that all the crows all rose in a wild black scatter from the branches of the tree and flapped and circled like a heavy black shadow in the sky. But Bunny No Good did. All this he saw and heard as he dreamed in the immense folding leaves of that cabbage. He knew something was happening. And sure enough, there came sneaking through the cornfield a red fox. The crows saw him, and the Bunny No Good saw the crows. Should he get down out of his cabbage and thumping his hind legs on the ground to warn the other 1,100 bunnies? Not yet. It was still too early in the morning. He made a song to himself about the crows. Crows, crows, old black crows, nobody knows where the red fox goes but the wild black crows. The crows circled black across the sky, leaving the treetops empty. The red fox came creeping through, one paw lifted in the air and the other paw down, sniffing in the cold, moist air, delicately sniffing the breeze on which he could smell the 1,100 warm little rabbits. This was no dream. The Bunny No Good jumped out of his cabbage. He banged his hind legs and thumped on the ground, thump, thump, thump. Then he ran like a weasel to the other 1,100 little bunnies, and they dove headfirst into their holes in the ground where they were safe. The fox came sniffing along, and he saw nothing but the 1,100 little rabbit tracks and little holes in the ground. So he went away, and pretty soon Bunny Bun Bun poked his head out and saw that the fox is gone, and even his scent had blown away after him. So he told the others, and 1,100 little bunnies' heads popped out of their holes, and soon they were all hopping around as usual. Someone saved our lives, squeaked the 1,100 little rabbits. Bravo, called Bunny Bun Bun. Caw, 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 screeched the crows. But the Bunny No Good had gone back to his cabbage. His little red eyes blinked dreamily in his square, furry face. And there he sat, dreaming away in the immense folding leaves of the cabbage. And it was still very early in the morning. This is the end, boys and girls, of today's story. If you liked it, I hope you will return tomorrow with your parents or grandparents and listen to a new story tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Parents and grandparents, if you're interested in helping me to save the lives of 100 children in 2023, then please use the enclosed link and help make my trip a reality. And also, in appreciation of you joining our new series of stories, you can register to win these 3 classic golden books for your child or grandchild on the Kidneys for Kids website. Just use the link below and go to the Kidneys for Kids website and register today. The drawing will be held on December 24th. Thank you, and we hope to see you for tomorrow's story. Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Storytime with Brian Martindale.